Hi, this is Dr. Karen Becker, and it's actually mind-boggling to think about all the different ways our pets are exposed to toxins and chemicals in today's world. There's radiation, environmental pesticides, lawn and home chemicals, EMFs, flame retardants, bisphenol A or BPA, hydrocarbons, heavy metals, and then there's animal hormones and antibiotic residues found in pet foods or the meats that pet foods are made from. Pets are also exposed through a lot of toxic preservatives in pet foods, and actually mycotoxins that are found in grains that are put into kibble are highly toxic for anything that eats them. And of course, there's a lot of allergic ingredients that often go into pet foods as well. Unfiltered drinking water provides a source of toxins when it comes to fluoride and chlorine, as well as other heavy metals that could be present in unfiltered drinking water. And then there are the chemicals in flea and tick preventives, plus vaccines and dewormers and other drugs that are routinely prescribed by veterinarians, such as antibiotics and steroids. If you're wondering if your own pet is carrying a toxin load, sadly, there's no doubt that he is. The truth is that virtually every pet has measurable amounts of chemicals in their bodies because they walk through them, they sleep on them, they breathe them, they drink them, they eat them, and then veterinarians prescribe them, and we also inject them into pets. When your pet's body accumulates too many toxins, it stores them for future elimination. But for many pets, that future opportunity never arrives to actually detoxify, and the toxic load begins to build up in your pet's body and can impede the functioning of vital organ systems. Ultimately, toxic overload can interfere with the immune system to the point where cellular abnormalities like tumors and cysts can develop. Other serious diseases may also show up as cells degrade and organ function is impaired. Side effects of an accumulating toxin load over time actually have a lot of different symptoms, from skin and organ conditions to behavior problems to endocrine disease, as well as autoimmune disease and even many forms of cancer. Your pet's body possesses its own detoxification mechanisms. However, how well they work really depends on the animal's toxin load, his or her age, overall health status, as well as recurrent toxic insults that might occur and its overall vitality or genetics. Your pet's ability to actually clear accumulated toxins is based on the overall functioning of detoxification pathways or mechanisms. If those pathways aren't working as they should, detoxification systems become stressed or completely overwhelmed. Here are 10 ways that you can absolutely assist your pets in detoxification mechanisms to help function optimally. Number one, really evaluate the quality of your pet's diet. This is one of the very best things you can do to improve the overall well-being and longevity of your pet. If you're feeding a processed diet, which means a kibble, or in most kibble is extruded, or dry food, your pet is actually getting a dose of chemical additives and carcinogenic byproducts like heterocyclic amines and acrylamides with every bite. I recommend that you switch to a clean, balanced, fresh food diet. I also recommend that you rotate protein sources and strictly limit or eliminate grains in the diet. Remember that grain-free kibble has just as many synthetic nutrients and usually actually a higher glycemic index than regular kibble. So pets eating grain-free food are really no further ahead when it comes to dietary stress. Number two, provide clean, pure, high-quality drinking water. Your pet's drinking water shouldn't contain fluoride, chlorine, heavy metals, or other contaminants. Sadly, if you're offering household tap water, it probably contains enough toxic minerals, metals, chemicals, and other unhealthy substances to damage you and your pet's health long-term. So do something to filter your pet's water and the water that you're consuming as well. Number three, improve your pet's indoor air quality. Forbid smoking in your home and use only non-toxic cleaning products. Consider investing in an air purifier to control dust mites and other off gases that could be occurring from your furniture. Avoid polluting your pet's indoor air quality with perfumes, air fresheners, and scented plug-ins or dryer sheets. These products are heavily laden with chemicals and are known to cause or worsen respiratory conditions like asthma in both people and pets. Toxins in the air also come from the off-gassing of chemicals from new synthetic household items like flooring, carpeting, furniture, and drapes, but also pet beds. Unless you are providing an organic, chemical-free pet bed that specifically says that it's all natural fibers, that it hasn't been treated, you should assume that it has been treated with flame retardants. Number four, make sure that your pet gets regular exercise. Regular exercise provides your pet with countless benefits, including helping the body's detoxification efforts. Physical movement promotes regular elimination, which helps move waste from the body in the form of urine and feces. Exercise also stimulates blood circulation and the lymphatic system, so toxins are moved efficiently to the liver and kidneys for processing. Physical activity also improves respiration and helps your pet eliminate mucus from the respiratory tract. Number 5, minimize exposure to outdoor pollutants and chemicals. Try to keep your pet away from outdoor areas with heavily laden pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizers. If your dog likes to eat grass or other outdoor greenery, make sure that she's not grazing where chemicals have been sprayed. And if your dog is really craving grass or greenery, provide salads, or I recommend organic sunflower sprouts, in her diet to help reduce the desire to want to forage outside if you can't get away from outdoor chemicals. If you have an indoor cat, you can consider growing wheatgrass to satisfy your kitty's need to nibble as well. So providing something in their diet to meet what they need versus having them forage outside could be beneficial depending on your chemical load. If you're not sure what your pet may have been exposed to, or you suspect something outside is causing skin irritation, then do the common sense thing and just rinse your pet off. You can do a simple foot soak with your dog when you bring her in from outside. So if you're walking in public parks where you know that there's been chemicals applied, then you just doing a very basic foot rinse or foot soak when you get home can do a dramatic job at reducing the overall chemical burden for dogs that have exposure outside. Number 6, keep veterinary drugs, including unnecessary vaccines, to an absolute minimum. Don't subject your pet to unnecessary yearly revaccinations or unnecessary drugs of any kind, including the 2 most overprescribed drugs in veterinary medicine, antibiotics and steroids. Vets oftentimes send clients home with these 2 options because they don't know what else to do, because we weren't taught in vet school actually how to address the root cause of disease. So they're giving you medications to try and pacify the symptoms. And most veterinarians aren't trained with a whole variety of other alternative means of treating animals, so they don't have enough tools in their toolbox to be able to help you effectively long term. So you get on this crazy cycle of antibiotics and steroids and antibiotics and steroids, especially for itchy dogs or dogs that have recurrent skin issues. My recommendation is that you only accept antibiotics if your veterinarian can demonstrate that it's the correct choice for the correctly identified bacteria that's dramatically reducing your pet's overall quality of life. I don't recommend that you allow your veterinarian to guess at what antibiotic may or may not work. It's just poor medicine and a bad idea. I also recommend that you don't accept annual deworming just because. If your dog or cat has been identified with specific parasites, your vet may recommend a dewormer, obviously, but automatically providing chemicals either once a month via a heartworm prevention that may be unnecessary, or twice a year if your vet says, oh, just deworm, just use a general dewormer. Those are great ways that you can just say no, reduce your pet's chemical burden to what's absolutely necessary, and improve their overall detoxification mechanisms. Use chemical pest and parasite preventives only when absolutely necessary and for the minimum amount of time necessary to protect your pet. You can absolutely find all sorts of great, safe, and natural alternatives to monthly chemical preventives. Very few areas in the U.S. actually have flea and tick or heartworm problems year-round. So you can ask your veterinarian or do research yourself and learn what the minimum number of doses needed to effectively protect your dog during heartworm season. Number 7. Brush and bathe your pet regularly. Your cat or dog eliminates toxins through his skin, and regularly brushing or combing will remove loose fur and debris, as well as help his or her skin breathe via exfoliation. Brushing also helps remove toxic residues from your pet's coat, which means he won't be licking them off when he grooms. Don't hesitate to bathe your dog regularly, especially if there is chemical exposure or they have irritated skin. Bathing washes away allergens and environmental toxins, along with any chemical exposure or foreign molecules that may have been accumulating on your dog with those outdoor walks. Make sure, obviously, that you're using an all-natural, non-toxic shampoo and conditioner specifically designed for pets. Number 8, supports your pet's liver function. The liver is the primary organ of pet detoxification, and there are many herbs that assist in liver function and detoxification, including burdock root, dandelion root, licorice, Oregon grape root, yellow dock, and milk thistle. Now, milk thistle actually not only helps detoxify the liver, but it's actually been proven to help stimulate cellular regeneration of the liver, which is awesome. It can help the liver regrow. Another vital liver detoxifier you can consider is SAMe. Number 9, support your pet's kidneys. Make sure your pet is getting plenty of